St. Vincent and the Grenadines is a unique group of 32 islands and keys in the heart of the southern Caribbean. With a population of approximately 110,000, it is one of the more untouched and unspoiled gems of the Antilles. With a history of colonialism culminating finally with the British, these islands gained their independence in 1979. Of this group of islands, commonly known as SVG, Bequia is the second largest, and it is home to an old and rich history of fishing and boat building, making it a favorite amongst marine enthusiasts to this day. While Bequia settlers tried their hands at various agricultural pursuits, it was its maritime activities that the island soon came to be known for. The waters surrounding Bequia were known to be rich fishing grounds, and whalers from the nearby United States of America often ventured south to the island for their big catch. It was for this reason that the history of boat building began in Bequia in the 1800s. In the 20th century, Bequia dominated the boat and shipbuilding industry in the Grenadines. Although Bequia's golden age of shipbuilding has regrettably now passed, descendants of the island's original boat builders are still practicing their craft on the island today, employing skills and methods that have been perfected from generation to generation. 21st century Bequia retains its proud seafaring heritage, developing many social and cultural practices as a result. Bequia welcomes you to explore it. Bequia was well known across the Eastern Caribbean for its boat building. The island's builders designed vessels that became the standard in the region. The tiny island managed to create its own double-ended whaleboat and a unique style of schooner that was popular across the region for transporting both passengers and cargo. Only one such schooner remains today. Captain Lewis tells us a bit about the history of the Friendship Rose.
I'm captain of Friendship Rose now for 43 years. From the time she was launched, I'm the captain up to now, still there as captain. Friendship Rose was built by the Adams family and I, along with our uncle Honest Adams. It was framed and locally built here in Bequia. Everything was done in Bequia. It was built on Friendship Day and it was launched in 1967. At present, we are taking trips, carrying tourists from Bequia to Tobago Keys, to Mustique, to St. Vincent. And if you want us to go to Maya, we'll go to anywhere you want us to go, we'll go out there.
The people of Bequia have played an important role in boat building history. It is important to them not to let that history and tradition die. Many ideas have cropped up in an effort to preserve it. Books have been written, museums have been established, but it is the model boat which best imparts the true beauty and craftsmanship of Bequia's boats. As children, the residents of Bequia started making models of boats out of coconut shells. Due to the shell's high buoyancy, they could often be seen floating out to sea. Soon, the kids began the Coconut Boat Race, an annual event which takes place during the Easter Regatta. Joe, a teacher very involved with the kids, tells us a bit about this practice.
My name is Giovanni Rose. We're engaging ourselves in the 2010 Easterval activities. Today, Easter Saturday, we're having the Coconut Boat Race. The Coconut Boat Race is a traditional race that we have made from coconut shells. Long ago, it started with the coconut shell and the breadfruit leaf. But as time goes by, we modify them into cloth sails. So we have coconut boats with cloth sails and we race them. We also have some other boats that we call gum boats, and they have developed into model boats as well.
It was this practice that led to more skilled artisans refining and honing their skills over time. Some, as kids, graduated from the making of coconut boats to the building of gum boats, until they eventually taught themselves to create these carefully crafted, hand-chiseled model boats.
I started making model boats when I was about 16 years old. We started out making the coconut shell ones, and then we get into the gum boats. As far as I can remember as history, as a little boy we loved the waterfront, and we would see the older folks build the big gum boats, and I remember Sergeant Robinson. We used to have a police called Sergeant Robinson here, and they used to go way down Western Key and sail the boat right up into the harbor, and so I became interested.
These models are lovingly and painstakingly crafted to be exact replicas of the boats of old. If you visit Bequia today, you can walk into one of the model boat shops, watch the artists at work, and talk to them about the history of boat building in Bequia, a story which they're only too happy to share. The Bequia Easter Regatta is a celebration of Bequia's traditions of boat building and seamanship. No one knows exactly how or why it all started, but it's nice to imagine that it all began with the local boat builders themselves having crafted their perfect vessel and setting out to test their seaworthiness against their competitors in the open waters. This practice evolving year after year into the international competition the regatta has now become. It brings people together from all over the world, whether they be yachtsmen or not, for 4 days of activities in and around the Bequia coastline. It's a fabulous, colourful weekend, full of fun and camaraderie, skill and tradition, with the whole island caught up in regatta fever. Easter Sunday rings in the other regatta festivities along with the main races. Lower Bay becomes a grand fete, while Friendship Bay comes alive with beach games, the Crazy Craft race, and a sandcastle competition. Modelboat races hit the shores in Hamilton, and impromptu barbecues, music, and revelry can be found all over the big little island that is Bequia. So many of us think that once you've seen one Caribbean island, you've seen them all. But no place on earth disproves that notion quite like St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The first 3 inhabited islands of the chain are so different that if they were human, they would not even share the same DNA. Mustique, with its manicured lawns and palatial mansions, is the stomping grounds of the rich and famous. St. Vincent, the mainland, with its lush rainforests, waterfalls, and black sand beaches, is known more for soft adventure and eco-travel, while also being fertile ground for an agriculture-based economy. But Bequia is all about the sea. The Bequia Tourism Association provided ground support in the production of this film. Jeline, employed by the association, was a great guide and had some words of her own to share about the island that she calls home.
There's lots to do and see on Bequia. There's the Tortoise Sanctuary, there's the fort which has historical cannons, there's the building of motorboat shops just in Oka and also the Maritime Museum. Visitors travel from all over the world for special events such as the Bequia Music Festival, the Bequia Easter Regatta, and the New Year fireworks celebrations. There's many ways to see Bequia, but if you really want to take Bequia in, you can do it by our local taxi drivers. Our taxi drivers are very knowledgeable about the history, and they are very willing to share the history about the island with you. Come and visit the big little island Bequia.
It is important to the people of Bequia, and on a larger scale St. Vincent and the Grenadines, to find a niche for ourselves in this world. Our history is ours. Our traditions are ours. It is often said that we should work with what we know. Bequians know how to build boats. There are also many other historical, cultural, and geographic features that make SVG ripe for investment. Invest SVG, the investment promotions agency of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, actively promotes these investment opportunities and is also examining ways of boosting the growth of Bequia's boat building and motorboat building industries. For more information on anything that you've seen on this video or to find out how you can invest in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, contact Invest SVG.